Yeah, I come from an era, and you do too, where when you battle, it comes off the dome. Now you might have a few
Off the
seconds.
dome.
You might have a few seconds when the person come up, they might say their name, and you start getting some thoughts in your head, and you start mind. But overall, what you saying is coming based off of this actual, battle, this confrontation. So it's what they got on.
Right.
It's what you heard them say. It's the crew that's with them. One of my favorite battles to see is 8 Mile, like with Eminem and 8 Mile. He's
Cold.
talking about, like, he used the line when dude said, "I can't believe I'm battling the dude from Leave It to Beaver." Then he comes back, and
Mm-hmm.
his next line is like, "Ward, I got a little love for the Beaver. You, Wally,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Cleaver." Like, he brought it
Man.
back on everybody that was there and talked about his crew. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like,
Make me watch that tonight. I'm gonna watch that tonight, man.
I don't see that kind of creativity no more, man. It's frustrating. Even one of
Yeah.
my favorite battles of all time, this a lesser well known one, is Ice Cube and Common. You know what I mean? That was like,
Mm-hmm.
Common say right now, like, he can't even listen to that song right now because he like, man, that was so petty. Like, I really didn't even need to battle. Like, battles should be based off of like skill. It was really based off of Ice Cube getting mad because of what I said, and I used to love her. And he like,
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't even really an MC battle, and I wasted my
Right.
rhythm on it. You know what I mean? I feel like every battle I hear nowadays is like that. There's somebody saying something petty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I used to love it. He says that hip hop moved out to the West Coast, and now she's a gangster rolling with gangster bees, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
Ice Cube goes, "Man, why you got to diss the West Coast?" Blah blah. He's like, "I'm telling a story.
Man.
I'm not dissing nobody. I'm literally using hip hop personified as a woman. Like, well, you missed all of
Right.
that." And so he's like, "I feel like I
Right.
wasted my time trying to retaliate against somebody who don't even understand actually what hip hop battling is." And that's how I feel about battling now. I feel like people wasting their time retaliating to nonsense, man.
mm.
Because it's not real hip hop.
That's a good That's a good point. Yeah, yeah. I would much rather see you, um, you know, struggling trying to get something together than and making it up right there and it fall apart. Then you just come in with something. Um, you read the green book, I read the yellow book. Something you just rapping about, and that's why you can't even cook. What? What? Like you just making some stuff. Like it's almost like Gone, like J. Cole, like we talked about this before, like Jay Quest talking about Gone is the third verse, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
where is the patience for the skill? Where is the value for the skill? Where is the commitment to the skill? Now they got all kind of tournaments jumping off with battles. I got friends watching battles on their phone, just
Mm-hmm.
battling, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some of them is cold. Some of them is grabbing stuff right there where they see and they getting you. Some of it you could tell, okay, you could have wrote that and used it anywhere, and you just happen to put in, and that's why you got a big nose. You just kind of play with that. But I think when it comes to people really honing in on their skills as an MC, I remember Ayamas Murad talking about how they would have a cipher on a barbershop or somewhere, and even in the cipher, Muggs was freestyling. If you catch it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm throwing back to you, and they catch it and they
Mm-hmm.
rhyme it. And whether they was going to battle a little bit in that spot, who knows? But they was going to bring the quality in that spot. And if you couldn't bring it, you had to bow out that circle.
That's right. That's right.
And if you was a young hack trying to come and say that level of skill, remember it was Juice versus all Nat,
Yeah.
supernatural out of New
Classic
York.
battle.
Oh my gosh.
Classic battle.
Y'all got to go look that up. Y'all got to look that up. Juice out of Chicago beat Supernat, like beat it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think Supernat came back and beat
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
in the context
Classic.
of look, yeah, and Supernat got a video. He was in his crib rapping about everything he saw in his crib. He saw a book, and he just was, I could battle, but I'm not gonna make no kind of sense. I'm just gonna put words together. This man to think critically about a grammar, how you gonna say it, and then catch it where you bring another word in that makes sense to another thought pattern. Just brilliant. You know what I'm saying? It's like that 10-minute cipher,
Yes.
10-minute battle, 10-minute line that I don't know how many bars he rapped when Black Thought was on
Oh,
with
with Funk
Funk
Master.
Master
That
Flex.
was ridiculous.
Man, he was going.
Just going.
He was
And you
going.
know what, Phil?
He
I
was
know
going.
when we first met, like back in the early 2000s, man, like I was
Yeah.
fresh out of college fresh out of like, I feel like every day was a cipher. Like hanging with my crew in school, and show and all these guys. Like this was my every day. And so like Phil will tell you, man, you could say, Jay, hot dog, and I'll be blah, 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 blah.
Man,
You know what I mean? Like because it was
man.
every day. Like it was that was what we
Yeah,
did. And that's what I'm saying. Like it
right,
seems to me like these dudes who or these females who say that rhyming is what they do, like this is what they do. Like
right, right,
it shouldn't take, and I'm not saying everybody's a dope off the brain freestylist. Of course not.
right,
It's a gift, it's a
right,
skill. You can hone it, but it's a gift. But I still
right.
feel like if you're gonna be in that arena, you have to hone your craft, and it's something that you should be
Mm-hmm.
working at all the time. I used to sit in my dorm room or in my apartment in college and just turn on beats and just go. Nobody can hear but me. You know what I
Right.
mean? Grab a
Ooh.
pencil or grab a bag or grab a this, and like
Yeah.
just go. And I don't think people like care that much anymore. I just feel like
Yeah.
MCs,
Yeah.
and I hope that I remember our other show talking about like how young MCs feel like we always throwing a blanket out there. I hope
Right. Right.
if
The
it
old
don't,
heads.
if this is not you, if this don't speak to you, then I'm not talking
Right.
about you. You know what I'm saying? Don't take it personal like I'm clumping everybody together. I think there are dope MCs that are young. I think there are dope MCs that are young. I think like you just got to know who you're listening to. But there are some who know that we're talking to y'all, and you got to get
Yeah.
your weight up,
Right.
man. That's all. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the reality of spending that time in an open gym to get your jump shot on.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody there, getting that like George Gervin, Iceman, used
Mm-hmm.
to shoot 10,000 jumpers a night. He's sneaking in the gym, and then finally just let him in the gym until he was just raining, like no problem. And this is before the 3-pointers, right? This
Mm-hmm.
is much just shooting. And so you want to do that because you want to hone your craft so that you're always able to be called out at any moment in that space, and preaching the same way,
Mm-hmm.
learning the text every day, reading your own devotion, studying the word, prayer. So if somebody say, "Man, I need you to give a word," prayerfully, you have a fresh word that you study from your own life that you need to
Mm-hmm.
eat on, right? That
Mm-hmm.
you're doing that in that space. Man, we did a battle at the firehouse for our MC battle at the firehouse, right? At the Fire Fest. At the time called the Fire Fest, now it's called the Firehouse Block Party. Silver Room Block Party gone. We did have Firehouse Block Party. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later on in a couple of shows coming up. But man, we did a battle, and at the last battle, you had to battle the other person, and you pull out the hat.
Mm-hmm.
Each battle, you had to pull out the hat a topic. And the Bug pull out the hat in the last battle. It was phenomenal against authentic. Man, the battle said, affirm and esteem your partner. Ooh. So instead of cutting them down, now you had to say, look at you with your fly locks on, with your gravitas and a da. They had to affirm
I love it.
each other.
I love it. Love it.
That's a flip of the creativity of that piece, man.
I love it.
And I think what we're really talking about undergirding is the creativity of hip hop, the creativity of the art. There's always going to be folks who are going to be. We got to stay true to the culture,
Yes,
true to the art. And if you don't have some of the fundamentals in any athletic thing, you're going to drop the ball. You're not going to make the shot. You got to have the fundamental. Then you can catch with one hand. Then you can flip over a running back. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yo, this is Church on the Block, man. Real talk about hip hop, the church, and the streets, man. We're going to come right back.